We voted on our best campsites in WA, and Yampire Gorge won hands down. This is the old track into the gorge. Yampire Gorge was once the route into the Hamersley Range National Park for decades, until the new road was built and the park renamed Karijini. This old road was once suitable for two-wheel drive vehicles, and the gorges were a favourite visiting place for everyone living in the Pilbara. There are several creek crossings and some washaways that must be contended with. But the rough drive into the gorge is worth it. We use this camp as a base for further exploration into the gorge and other surrounding areas. There was plenty of running water in the gorge for us, which made this camp quite special. Finding our special spot was not that easy, but once we did, there was a rough section with no track to navigate before we were in just the right spot.
This is where it gets a bit rougher and stonier up this end.
These areas are affected by flash flooding and the massive runoff from the hills, so they may be different every year. With the butte pool, we had a range of birds in the morning to wake us up and a chorus of frogs at night. This is our site before we had set ourselves up.
Playing the silent one. At least another 30 seconds on the cooker.
Even in camp mode, we enjoy a good cooked breakfast, and winter can be cool even in the Pilbara.
Got another creek crossing here, it's going through now. Roger, roger.
We're back at our Yampire Gorge base camp. We've been here for the second night tonight, and tomorrow we're heading off to Karijini National Park, and we're going to check out some of the gorges there and then go up to DME Hill. Today we went to the Whitnam Airport, where I actually went back to the non-directional beacon where I used to work, and we found the old cemetery that's in the middle of the airfield there. Driven past it a few times in my working career and never knew it was there. And it's only about 150 odd metres away from the track that goes to the NDV. Had a look around where the terminal and the old house used to be at the airport, and then we drove out into the gorge and had a bit of a fosker around there.
But Yampire Gorge holds a deadly secret that you need to be aware of, and it is not the deadly king brown snake, it is the asbestos. But asbestos is also found in most of the Karijini gorges and often on the walkways.
We're on day 8 of our trip away, and it's Friday. We've been camping at Yampire Gorge for the last 2 days. You can see the sign behind us that it's probably not a good idea of being here. There's asbestos everywhere. Even in the creek we could find raw asbestos that's been washed out of the hillside. This used to be the main road into Dales Gorge. It was the only road into Hamersley Range National Park back in the 80s when I first came up here. Certainly changed now. You can't drive a two-wheel drive vehicle in anymore. It's all four-wheel drive all the way.